What's going on, everybody? And this is the Phantom Geek, and today we are gonna be reviewing slash discussing the latest episode of The Mandalorian. This is episode 3, really awesome. I got to watch it and everything, so I just wanted to discuss a little bit. Just let's say this kind of review kind of thing. It's gonna be spoilers. So if you haven't watched it already, please avoid this. Now I won't go through the entire episode bit by bit. Just want to talk about kind of like the stuff that stood out to me and what I think this is gonna kind of go from and everything, because this episode really threw a wrench in kind of like what I expected the show to be about, because it really just threw it off a curve for me, and what I had imagined so far from trailers and what we saw in the first 2 episodes just really went on a curve, and I'm really excited and happy for that. If you still here and you don't care about spoilers, so far I have given the show a 9 out of 10. I think I'm gonna keep with the 9 out of 10. I think it's really close to a 10 though, especially this episode was by far the best episode so far. But there are some things I didn't like about it. I'm gonna talk about it in a second, but I think we're gonna talk with all the positive stuff. So episode starts with Mandalorian just kind of finishing off his mission. He's gonna turn in the baby Yoda to I know it's not Yoda, but you know what I'm saying, to collect his bounty, and he goes and does that. And I didn't expect him to do that. I thought he was just not gonna turn him in. I thought he was gonna go do something else. Based on what's seen so far with the interaction and everything, I really didn't expect that. But he actually went and did that. That was contrary to what I expected of the character. But he did turn around and went and got him back. But before this, we do get to see an interaction between him and the what's left over of the Empire, and he does get his bounty, which is a bunch of important material to make his armor, which is what he does. He goes and gets the armor. Now, we saw a lot of Mandalorian in this particular episode. I didn't expect to see as many Mandalorians as we saw. There's a whole community of them. They all wore the mask. They all have like their culture and everything, and you see a lot of that culture in the particular episode when it comes from how they view each other, how they view their little society that they live in, how they view the Mandalorian, the main character, and everything. And it's really interesting. For example, we haven't heard his name yet, and this is kind of like something that is particularly interesting to me, because they never refer to him in a specific kind of way, but they do have some thoughts about him. They name him a coward at some point, and then the big chief is kind of like, nobody's a coward here. We know we have a tough life as Mandalorians, and we do what we do. And it's really interesting. From then on, he goes and is gonna go on to his new mission, and everybody's kind of pissed off at him because he got Yoda before anybody else and everything. And that's when it's the twist here. He decides that he needs to go rescue the baby. He is either attached to, I don't think it really that he has an attachment to the baby itself. I think it's more like he's an honorable man, and the law of the Mandalorian, like the culture of the Mandalorian, respects that kind of honor more than anything else. So when the Mandalorian went and saved him, and I'm sorry, when baby Yoda went and saved him with the Force, that really impacted him, and you can see that impact when he is gonna get the sigil for his armor, which is a supreme important thing for Mandalorians to have that sigil of kind of like the creature that they killed, and it makes it's a part of them, part of their armor, part of who they are and everything. And he says, no, this was a non-honorable kill. I didn't kill that, somebody helped me. And when he said that, you can see that he does have like that guilt in him. The episode is titled The Sin, and you can kind of see that sin on himself, that kind of like he betrayed what he believes, and that's important to him. So he goes to rescue the baby. There's amazing shots that we see all around here. He goes sneaking around, kind of like spy kind of movie he does, and opens the a part of the stuff. I mean, it's crazy stuff. He starts shooting everywhere, and he's like really tactical too. He's like hiding around and shooting and everything like that. At some point, he even does like a grappling hook thing, pushes her, pulls him, and then like stabs him with the vibro knife, whatever he has, and it's super cool. I really love that scene. That entire scene is fantastic. It's one of my favorite scenes in the particular episode. But now that he got the baby, he goes and turns around and escapes, and that's when you can see like he kind of screwed up, because not only did he betray the employer, which is the Empire or whatever's next out of the Empire, but also he has a bounty now on his head from the bounty hunters themselves, because he betrayed the code of the bounty hunter, whatever that is, and everybody's surrounding him and everything like that. There's a lot of really good action in these parts. My favorite moment here, I guess, this will be when the Mandalorians just kind of show up and they say, you know, this is the way, we're gonna help you out because we're all part of this culture and we're all together in this and everything like that. And I really love that. That shows the unity of the community that they live in. They are really self-aware of the situation and everything like that, and I really love that interaction and everything like that. Again, this turned into something that I didn't expect. My original thoughts on this particular show was gonna be that, okay, we're gonna see the life of the bounty hunter, a Mandalorian. You know, he's a loner. Sure, there are some Mandalorians, but we want to learn more about their culture and stuff. I didn't expect to see as many Mandalorians that we saw. I didn't expect that he was gonna kind of like betray that bounty hunting life because of Baby Yoda, and he's just gonna do something else. I thought he was gonna do something like that. I just didn't expect the scope of what happened to go farther than that. You know, he's now a fugitive. He's gonna be sought for and everything like that, and it's really interesting to see what the dynamic is gonna be like. Where's he gonna go next? Is he gonna go for a different planet? Is he gonna be chased around? What is gonna happen with the culture, the little society of Mandalorians? So they said that they have to relocate. What does that mean for the rest of the show and everything like that? There's 5 more episodes in this particular season, and I'm gonna say 3 episodes. This show is pretty damn good. I'm really impressive when it comes to fight scenes, when it comes to the graphics of how good it looks. Everything about this so far has been more than I expected, and I'm really happy that they did the good job that they're doing, because it is fantastic so far. But guys, this is pretty much my review / discussion for The Mandalorian. Raised a lot of questions with a lot more unanswered stuff. All of the main characters are still alive, such as the guild leader, he's still alive, the doctor is still alive, and obviously that general from the Empire is still alive as well. So the main characters, the people that are important to the story, are all alive, so that means that they will continue to pursue him in some kind of way. Is the doctor good or bad? He did kind of imply that he cared for the baby, or at least wanted him alive for some reason. They are doing something with Baby Yoda's blood, which they extracted, or other thing, whatever they want from him and everything. So they're gonna clone him. They want it something else. It's really interesting. It raised a lot of questions, and I am excited to see if we want to see any throwbacks from the Clone Wars. We got to see scenes from the Clone Wars, but also about the sequels. Are we gonna see anything? Well, I mean, I guess not throwbacks, but callbacks to now. What's gonna happen in the rest of the movies now? Because I'm curious about that. Is it gonna have some kind of relevance to the actual movies? That is a question for me. Anyway, that is pretty much it for today, guys. I am extremely excited for the show, as you can tell, and every episode is just increasingly getting better. Now, that being said, there's like my one little complaint, and this is like these episodes are short. They are 30 minutes long, 36 minutes this last episode, and as much as I want to say it, it is not what I expected. I expected maybe the first episode to happen, but this episode was also 30 minutes long. They cannot continue like this. They need to be a little bit longer. 45 to an hour, I think, will be perfect. I understand where the production value is really expensive and it's really well made and everything like that, but these episodes are short. They're really short. But anyway, that is kind of like my only complaint / nitpicky. Sure, there's small plot things here that don't make sense, and a lot of little nudges and Easter eggs and that kind of stuff, which I love. But that's it for today, guys. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about this episode / the show? Did you enjoy it? Did we enjoy it? Is there anything that you want me to comment or talk about in the particular video that I didn't? Let me know in the comments below. Again, thanks so much for watching this, and I'll see you next time.